Prepárate para sumergirte en el análisis más audaz y las jugadas más impactantes. Esto es baloncesto en su máxima expresión. Bienvenidos a CITYBASKET, el epicentro de la emoción y la pasión por el baloncesto. Y ya con ustedes, su conductor, Robert O'Connell.
Ok, mi gente, tenemos una entrevista muy buena con el jugador que quizás pues, nos ha dado muy buenas noticias en estas 2 últimas semanas, donde lo hemos seguido en el BCN de Puerto Rico, campeón con el equipo de Criollos de Caguas. Akil, nice to have you here, man, and tell us all how you feel of winning the championship with a team that nobody counts on.
Counted on us, man. Thank you for having me. Yo siento como un campeón, man. I feel amazing. I've lost my voice from screaming and yelling and partying with my family and my friends, but other than this, I feel amazing. I mean, it's hard to describe. It's hard to describe.
It is the first time you win a championship with in professional basketball.
Yeah, this is my first time as a professional. Yeah, I won an ACC championship in college, and that was an amazing experience. But I think this one is maybe better.
I know you enjoy every minute of it.
It was amazing. Our families. So it's really nice to be able to do that for them, you know, like to come through and to win these games. We won it in 7. We made everybody nervous, but we got it done, man. It's hard to describe. Like I said, it's an amazing feeling.
Yeah, I remember at the beginning of the season, it looked like we have some kind of feedback over there. But okay, Akil, and I talked to all experts in Puerto Rico, most of them friends of mine, and at the beginning of the season, they said Criollos got no chance. No chance. They're going to be the same as Grises de Humacao. You played with them last year, and it was not a good season.
It was not a good
season. You and Trice, you guys played together.
We played together.
And just adding, you know, Mr. Lewis King to the mix and a few other changes in the local players, and the team changed 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. And the coach, I remember they interviewed him in one of the games, and they asked him, why? So how the change? He said, we work a lot. We were the first team in training camp. We trained for about 2 months or 3 months. I remember how much. Yep. And he said, he told the reporter, like, we don't have to change something that is not broke. That means Travis Trice and Akil Mitchell, they play well together, even though we have a bad season, but they play good. Yeah. So we brought them back because of that. And then we were looking for that third gear.
Yeah.
And they told the reporter they went into it about 2 months looking and evaluating all these new imports. And they found out Lewis King, which was, for me, was like the perfect piece.
Perfect fit. Yeah.
Perfect fit, exactly. And then you guys, you know, coming in at the beginning of the season, no top local player, no Olympic, no World Cup. You know, all you guys had was Capos, which was in the B team, and what's his name? The other center, Collier.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in the national team way back.
Years ago,
years ago, and it was like, who's the local player that is going to step up when the imports are having a bad game?
Yeah.
Like every other team had, like
Gigantes
and all the other teams that have 2 or 3 national team players are like, what Criollos are going to come up with? And you guys got the perfect mix. You know what I mean? Everybody knew the role. Talk to me about that.
Yeah. I mean, I'll start with last year. Like, even when I came to Humacao last year, it was bad, man. We had Travis and I kind of got there around the same time. We showed up late, and the team, I think it won 4 games, maybe 5 games. And Travis and I kind of looked around like this isn't going to work. But the team knew that too, and Coach Cannon knew that too, and so we made some changes. And people forget that we went on a run towards the end of the year. We were fighting for the playoffs at the end of the year last year in Humacao with James Ennis, who James Ennis at the end of last year was like an older, more experienced version of Blue King. 6'8", could put the ball on the floor, could pass, could do a little bit of everything, could defend. And so we felt like we found the perfect mix, right? But nobody looked because we weren't going to make the playoffs. The season was already gone. But we knew that we had something special cooking. So it's a lot of credit to Will, to Travis. We all stayed in touch throughout the offseason and said, like, listen, if we can get this thing right, and we all come back together next year and we do it the right way, we got something special. So it was the perfect mix, man. It was the perfect mix. Like, everybody kind of bought in, and then you add Kuko, you add Iram, you add bring Nesty back, bring Luisito back, and guys maybe didn't play a big role throughout the year, but when they got their chance, they stepped up and they made the best of it. And that's really all it comes down to, man. Like, it's a lot of competitive spirit in those guys. Like, every chance all of us got, we took it to prove something. Nobody really counted on us, and I think that goes a long way. Like, Travis and I are very similar that way. Like, we know that we're good players. We've been on big stages before, but still people look over us, and that brings like a little chip on our shoulder, and we rode it all season. And then, like I said, you add a guy like Luke King, who's super talented. You bring in Kuko, Collier off the bench, and then we made a trade midseason for Pizarro and Anzi Branch, who really helped us out. Like, everything really kind of worked perfectly throughout the year, and man, it really feels like it was a blessing.
Yeah, when I found out that you guys got Anzi Branch, because I was following him, because he was playing with Bishop.
Mm-hmm.
And I follow both of you guys, you and Bishop. I was watching all the games. I'm like, man, that's a good trade. That's what they're missing.
That's the piece that we were missing.
Yeah, they were missing, because Josiah was more like a 2, and you got too many 2s in there.
We had a lot of guys at the same position.
Exactly, but you guys got no 3s.
At the 4, the 3, he was big. He could rebound. Jabari was a defender, so was Anzi, right? Like, very versatile defense, but Anzi's a little bit bigger. Could probably play a little bit more of the 3, 4. And then there were even some stretches down to, in the finals where Anzi was defending the 5, and had no problems. So he helped us out a lot. Pizarro, and you saw in Game 7, helped us out a lot. Like I said, the guys that maybe don't play a whole lot or don't have a big role, right? They're not national team guys, but they step in and they do the little things that it takes to win.
They made big shots. Kuko and Christian and Luisito, every time they step in, they make big shots in key moments. It's like, damn, where he came from. They were sitting like 2 games in a row, no minutes. Then they plug in and they start shooting like, man, they're playing every day.
I mean, you should see these guys in practice. Like, we competed every day in practice. And guys were playing for playing time. Like, we're competing because we want to be the best, and we hug each other and love each other after. But guys were competing every day. So when you get your chance, that's your moment. And guys stepped up, and man, it's amazing to see, and it's amazing to talk about, because I don't think a lot of people get a chance to hear that side.
Exactly.
To see that side, but I know these guys. Like, I'm in practice with them every day. So if I pass the ball to Kuko in the end of a game, or to when Luisito come in the 4th quarter in Ponce, like, I know what he can do. Like, I got full trust in them, because I see them every day in practice. I know how competitive they are. I know how much they want to win. So, like, they get that chance, hell yeah, I'm giving it to them, and I'm watching them go. It's amazing.
That's the key thing is trusting your partner. And that's what you guys did the best. Most of the other teams, they were more like a one-on-one type, NBA type style, where you guys were just sharing the ball. Whoever was hot, that was the guy shooting. Like, Luis was hot, Luis was shooting.
Yeah.
When Trice knew he was not hot,
Yeah.
he started, delivering, trying to help each other.
Right.
Then you guys in the paint, you guys were killing.
Yeah.
You guys killed Manatee in the paint.
Yeah.
And that match between you and Diallo, man, that was a match. That was a match. I enjoy every minute of it because Diallo liked to talk a lot. And he get into the skin. He get into your skin. I know
that. My skin a little bit, yeah, for sure. It wasn't even talking, man. It's the little things, it's the elbows, the flopping. Like he don't even really talk to you, but he talks to the referees. Like I wish he would just talk to me. Like 1-on-1, we play like that, no problem. But when you try to go outside of the court to try to get help from the referees or to make it look like I'm doing stuff,
he was trying to set them up.
yeah, trying to set it up, but it don't matter now.
And that play that you got suspended on because of your technical foul.
Yeah,
I try to explain it. I don't know if you watch it because I did a review every after game. Okay, every post game I did a show, and I was like, you show him this sign which is flopping.
It's the flopping sign.
Yeah, you told him stop flopping.
Yeah,
but the guys that were calling the game and the refs, they took it the other way, like you were talking trash to him.
Yeah,
and you were trying to tell him stop flopping because I didn't push you, and then he acted like you push him.
Yeah.
He exaggerated a little bit.
He exaggerated for sure.
Yeah, exaggerated a little bit, and they were like, they didn't get it. But how you felt when they let you know that you were suspended for the next game?
Well, I knew already. So I knew going into the series that I couldn't get any more technicals. I mean, there had been a come to Ponce series. Actually, I think the two before were both in the Ponce series. And one of them, I didn't think I did too much to deserve it. But, I know how the referees are. I know, especially in the playoffs, there's a lot of emotions. I'm a big guy. I guess I scare people sometimes. So I have to stay calm. But I also like to play with emotion. It's the finals. I'm competing. But I knew going into the game, into the whole series, I couldn't pick up any more technicals. So I was telling him stop flopping because he was flopping. I was standing there.
Yeah.
He jumped into the first row. Like I didn't move. I'm not that strong. And so I told him to stop flopping because, I wanted to play square. But I think, I don't know if it's maybe I just need to get better at Spanish and speak to the speak to the referee, which I do either way, but speak to the referees a little bit more. But for some reason, they look at me as like a very aggressive person, which I'm really not. I don't really talk a whole lot of trash or do too much on the court. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? Like I gave my team the fire that we needed, and in Game 6 and Game 7, it showed.
Yeah, and let me tell you, the guy that was calling the game and the commentators, they were really praising at you, man. It was like you were the best big man in this series.
Thank you.
And you showed that in the last two games. Diallo didn't want part of it.
No,
you dominated the paint on Diallo. Diallo got his points on offensive rebounds. Yeah, most of them, and they recognized that as a commentator. And I was listening to them and they were calling the game the way it should. They did a good job on that. And then Travis Trice, I never seen a guy like that. That guy goes 0 points in one half, and then in the second half he go for 30.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it either. I know what he can do though. I know what he can do. And part of my job is to help him out, right? The game that I set out, I think he really struggled with Norris Cole.
Yep.
He texted me yesterday, as a matter of fact. He said he owes me a drink. So if he watches this, you still owe me a drink, man. But
and there was something else that they were recognizing about you in the game. It's like your what do you call that? The screens that you put to him. There was like the perfect screens, like the one he made that 3-point to tie the game.
Oh my God, beautiful.
Yeah, he went to the other side, and they were looking for him going to the other side, and he was
I just know exactly what he's going to do. We play cards together, right? Like we play cards together. I know what he's going to do. I know what he's thinking. So I know when he looks that way, right? Like I know, okay, I know where my man is. I know where he's taking his man, so I know, okay, I can send him the other way. It's just a great chemistry. We've grown up playing basketball the same way. His dad's a coach. My dad used to coach me. We watched a lot of the same basketball, played in a lot of the same leagues. So I just know, I know exactly what he wants to do, where he wants to go, and it's hard to defend. It's the best action in basketball is a pick and roll with a guy that can shoot and a guy that can finish and knows how to screen. It's unstoppable. It's Stockton and Malone, you know.
Exactly, it's unstoppable. You play him close, he will take you off the dribble.
Yeah.
If you play him back, he will shoot you.
He'll shoot it.
It's like, how I can defend this guy?
if you trap him, right? If you jump up and you trap him, you make him give up the ball. You give it to me, and then I can pass, I can finish, I can go create for the rest of the team. So,
and that's another thing I want to talk to you about. I didn't know you were that good of a passer.
Nobody ever knows I'm that good of a passer, but I've been telling Travis all season I'm the best on the team.
And you're about right, because even though they don't show up in the box score only in one game, you got 6, but I understood that in FIBA they rob you a lot of assists.
Yeah, true. One dribble, yeah, for sure.
One dribble, they won't give it to you.
They won't give it to you. Yeah, it's got to be on.
But at least you have like 5 every game, at least.
Yeah.
And you got games with 2 and 1. And I watched the tape again and again and again. It's like, man, he got about 5 or 6 assists, and they only show like 3 or 2. But you're a good passer. And another thing is, you are not selfish.
No, man.
You know what I mean? You pass the ball, even though you got a clear shot, you pass for a better shot.
Yeah.
And that's what, and everybody in the team did the same.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
That comes from us, man. That starts with the leadership, but also we talked about it every day as a team, right? Like, we just wanted to play good basketball, and that comes from, you know, when you have 2 imports like Travis and I, who aren't selfish, right? Like, we just want to win. We want to play the right way. And that's, you know, our parents are coaches. Like, we played basketball for so long that, you know, we're going to have our opportunities, right? Like, we're going to score. The ball is going to be in our hands, but it's just so much better and so much more fun when everybody's involved.
Exactly.
And you're winning championships, you're kicking out the guys that are confident now, because they're, you know, when we pass it to them, they know, like, okay, I can shoot this and nobody's going to get mad at me. Like, this is a good shot. And it wins games, man. It wins. I never understood how people can be selfish if you're losing, right? Like
forcing shots.
Yeah, I don't care if I'm scoring 30. Like, it sounds cool, but if you lose in the game, like, I can't do it. I'm too competitive for that. I hate losing. So
I got a question for you. How was your relation with Jivan, knowing that you guys play for Panama both, and you're going against each other, and on top of that, you are one of the best 3 players in each team. It's like, I was fooled, but I was like, man, and every time I had these shows, all these people from Puerto Rico, like, man, how Panama doesn't win that much games having these 2 great players, and show me, how was your relation with Jivan in that?
It's city? Awesome. It's awesome. I was texting with him a couple of days ago, and I would go see Flor Melendez before every game and talk to him for a little while. It's an amazing relationship. It's my young guy. Like, when I think the last tournament that I played, he was there.
Yeah.
He was a young guy, and that was like his first tournament. So, you know, I do everything I can to try to help him out. I'm excited to see where his career goes outside of Puerto Rico, because I know in Germany he can really do some damage, and I think he's a high-level player. I did back then. I was very impressed with him, man. I'm really excited about his career. I think he'd be really good.
And that's a question I have to ask you. You think Bishop is retiring on time, or you're like me? I think he got at least 1 or 2 more years on those legs, man.
Listen, man, I texted him yesterday, and I said, listen, are you actually retired? He sent me a picture. His feet are up. He's with his kids. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for 1 second. I think he'll be back. But for now, he says he's actually retired.
I still got about 1 or 2 more years on those legs.
He got a couple years left. He got a couple.
Yeah.
I know he's enjoying being home. I know he enjoys being with his family.
You know how you got to play in Panama? Do you know the story?
Nah, actually, I want to hear this.
Okay, let me tell you, because I was involved in that.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I was with you remember Ellis, right? Bolita Ellis, the president of the federation. We went to the airport to pick up Bishop and Jones. Remember Jones?
Yep.
Yeah, we brought him to downtown Panama. We went to a restaurant to eat. It was like 9 o'clock at night. They were just coming off the airport. I was sitting down, and Bishop asked me, "Hey, do you guys need another big guy?" I was like, "Yes." Who is that guy? He's like, "I got a friend of mine. You guys were playing at the Rio Grande Valley Vipers at that time."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Hey, I know a guy. He's 6'9". He was telling me that he was born in Panama. That he's Panamanian." And I was like, "Yeah, let me have his name." And then he gave me your name, and I went into Google, and because I write in the Eurobasket, I'm the one that do all the thing for Panama. And I went to Eurobasket, and I saw your birthplace, and it was Charlotte, North Carolina. And because I was a military guy, and my daughters are the same as you, they were born in Panama, and they got Charlotte, North Carolina, because every service member's son was registered in Charlotte.
Really?
As same as Panama.
Okay.
So
crazy.
I went, yeah, we went to the Panamanian, you call that birth certificate thing, to find out that they had registered you, was your birth certificate was there, and we went there and it was there.
That's crazy.
Then we told the Bolita, "Hey man, this dude, he was born in Panama. He's Panamanian." Tony's right. That's how you got to Panama.
That's crazy. So
because of Tony.
My rookie year, I got there, and I don't know anybody. I'm a rookie, right?
Okay.
But I grew up knowing that I was born in Panama, but my parents don't speak Spanish, so nobody ever believed me, right? I was born in Panama. That's what you want me to say. We moved back when I was 4 or 5, something like that. And so my rookie year, I see this guy come in, and he has the flag on his arm. And I was like, "Hey man, are you Panamanian?" Like, I'm Panamanian. He was like, "No, you're not. Get out of my face." He's like, "You're a rookie. Like, stop talking to me. Get out of my face." And every day after that, I would be like, "Bro, I'm actually like, I was born there." "No, you're not. I don't believe you. Get out of my face." And then after a couple of months, he was like, "Are you serious? Like, you were actually like, I'm going down in a few months." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm serious. Like, I want to go back. I haven't been back. Like, I want to play with you." And so he went, and I'm happy he said something, because now Tony.
Yeah, because he told us the same way you telling me. Like, he always telling me he's Panamanian.
I told him every week. Every practice. I was like, "Man, I don't know why you don't believe me, but it's true."
You know what happened to Tony? Tony got pissed off with us with his first tournament. He was supposed to play in, I think it was in Veracruz. No, he was supposed to play in CITYBASKET 2014.
Okay.
Before the one in Panama. Okay. It was in Mexico. And the last day, his paperwork didn't come through. And he practiced, man. He practiced month and a half with us.
Wow.
And it was like, "Man, you guys can't do that to me. I want to play." And we asked him, "Hey, you can go with the game with the team, but you can't play because you don't have your paperwork done." And it was somebody messed up, and he couldn't get his paperwork done on time. Yeah. And then he played the next tournament.
Okay. Yeah.
So it was kind of mad, like, "Man, I practiced for a month and a half, and now you're gonna tell me that I can't play?"
I know.
Yeah, Tony's a big story, man.
Yeah,
Let me tell you.
I'm glad he
showed
up.
I got another question for you.
Talk to me.
You play like in most of the top leagues in Europe. You play in Greece, play in Germany, you play in France, you play in Turkey. And tell me, how different is playing in Europe than in Puerto Rico? What differences?
It's a different style. It's a different style for sure. Puerto Rico's a lot faster. And a little bit more NBA rules, right? Like the travel where you can open step. Some of the way that they call some of the fouls is a little bit less physical, right? Where in Europe, it's very strict. It's very strict. They play a slower pace. It's way more physical. And then they I won't say they take the air out of the ball, but it's everybody kind of touches it, and it's very like it's not robots, but like everybody has to be in their position. Everybody has to do the spacing at the right time at the right spots, and that's just how they play. You watch Serbia, you watch some of these EuroLeague teams, right? Like if you're not in the right spot, in Germany especially, if you're not in the right place at the right time, like. But it taught me a lot about spacing. It taught me a lot about, spacing. This is kind of where I became a good passer, because you have to know where the help is. I have to know where my other teammates are all the time. And so if I set this screen this way, then I know this guy's going to cut, and I know that guy's going to be open, right? If I set it that way, I know I might be open. I know that guy might be open, right? Like, and you watch so much of it that it becomes like clockwork. And I think it helped me out a lot.
If I can tell you, Italy, France, Germany, Turkey, and Greece, which league for you is the toughest one?
I think the most talented was Turkey. There's a lot of talent, a lot of size. Yeah,
surprised me.
Yeah, it's surprising. France also has a lot of talent, but they're super athletic. Like, it's a very athletic league. They run a lot more than the rest of Europe. But I thought that honestly, the most talent in the league, or the most talent in Europe, I think was in Turkey. Yeah, for sure.
And tell me about that experience in New Zealand, when you even almost lost your eye, man.
Yeah, man,
I remember that picture. I was worried.
Yeah, I thought I would never see again, let alone play. Like, and it's funny because Travis Trice was on the other team. He was on the bench when that happened. Yeah, so we were playing against each other. It's crazy how small the basketball world is, but man, it depends on how you look at it. I either was blessed or it was just really unlucky, because I went up for a rebound and the guy's finger went in the perfect spot in my eye to just kind of like poke it out like that.
Yeah, it was literally out of your pocket.
Yeah. For people that haven't seen the video, if you go YouTube it, it'll freak you out, but I look at it like I was blessed, because I easily could have lost my vision.
Exactly.
I lost the eye for good. My career would have been finished. But there was no damage. The doctors didn't believe it. Like, I can't explain it.
It was a miracle, man.
I had a scratch, and that was about it, man.
It was a miracle.
It was a miracle. Yeah.
It was a miracle.
Literally, yeah.
How about that New Zealand style of basketball? How you can describe that?
It was cool. I enjoyed living there. The New Zealand style. I was still really young in my career, so still trying to learn and grow, but also a very physical league. They like to fight. They love to fight. But they play pretty fast too. A lot of imports, get up and down. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Then China. How is the basketball in China? I know basketball in China is like top #1 sport.
It's the #1 sport now. Yeah.
Yeah, one of the 4 countries that have basketball as the #1 sport.
Hey, man, I'm headed back tomorrow. Actually, tonight. My flight is tonight. So.
Are you going to play in China or Japan?
No, so I probably shouldn't even really talk about too much, but I bought myself out of we came to an agreement. It just didn't work out with the Japan team, so we parted ways, and then I signed a contract in China, so I'm headed to China.
Sounds good.
Yeah, because actually it works out a little bit better, I think, for both teams.
I don't like the Japan League. I don't know why, but I don't like it.
Really? Yeah.
Because every Panamanian that gets there in a couple of years, it's like slower, man. It's like
that's kind of how I feel. That's kind of how I felt.
Yeah, because I saw Javier. Javier was more athletic, more faster.
Yeah.
And then the last time I saw him so slow. Like, man, what's up?
I think it's it's kind of a slow-paced league. They don't really run a whole lot. I know the practices are pretty light. I don't know how the team I was going to would have been, but it's also a different lifestyle, right? Like, it's a very comfortable lifestyle. The money's good, but I enjoy China, right? Like, China's a good league. Also, a lot of talent in China, a lot of size, but
a lot of former NBAs too.
A lot of former NBA guys, so they give you the chance to really go and like work on your game to really be the man. So that when I do come back to Puerto Rico, like all of my skills are sharp. And then the timing, it's a shorter league too. So I get there, I make, good money, and then I'm done in March, April. I can come back for Puerto Rico and, keep.
So you're going to come back to Puerto Rico again, huh? You like that?
I love it, man. I love it. I love it, man. My girlfriend.
That environment is something else, man.
It's something else, man.
Yeah, that's the second country that basketball is number one sport.
Yep.
Lithuania is another one, and Philippines.
Okay.
That's the four countries that basketball is number one.
Yeah, Tony told me great things about Philippines as well. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they leave that stuff too, man. They got like a basketball court in every corner.
I love it.
Even though they don't have size.
They don't, but Puerto Ricans don't have a lot of size either,
Okay. One of the last questions, man, is like, I was looking at what we have as a country, as a Panama team.
Yeah.
And looking at this, at you guys, it's like, if we can ever put this team together, and it's not hard because it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
You look at what's the name? Javon Jackson. Iverson Molinar.
Super talented.
You are the 5.
Mm-hmm.
Lindo or Bishop, if he doesn't retire.
Yep.
And then the 3 hole.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put Oakley in the 4th.
Yep.
Man, that's a hell of a team.
That's an amazing team.
But you guys never play together. It's always missing 1 or 2 or 3 players out of that starting roster.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I agree with you. I think we have all the talent necessary to make Mundial. I think we could make some noise. And we've been trying. It's not like we haven't been trying. We've had a couple teams, we put together where we've had, some chances, but it always feels like there's something missing. And I'm still not sure what it is. If it's
I think what you guys were missing, you guys already have, which is Iverson Molinar and Javon Jackson, because we didn't have scoring and a 1 or 2 position.
Yeah.
Now we do, because they both scorers.
They can both score.
They can score. They show they can score in any league.
Well, I think if you even bring it back to Puerto Rico, right? Like it's almost about the style of play as well, right? This is people.
Exactly.
And so we have guys that can score individually, but can we put it together for a team, right? Like if they trap Javon, can he get off of it and let somebody else go? Can we move the ball and share the ball and play defense together? And that takes time. That takes time practicing together. That takes guys, who are willing to sacrifice a little bit. And that takes a coach who sees it that way and can put things together. So I still think there's time for us. I think it's possible.
I think it's going that route. It's gluing it together, you know?
Yeah.
And everybody that can share a little bit of the talent, not trying to do too much.
Exactly.
Just give whatever the game is needed.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
I think we got a good team because you're probably gonna have Trevor in the bench, Luz Cando and CJ and on Lindo as a big guy rotating, and you got Javier as your backup, and we got the other guy, Romero, which is a very good guy.
Man, he's a sneaky one for me.
Yeah,
he's sneaky. He's super talented as well. I think he's playing in Israel this year, and I think it's really going to help him out.
Yeah,
to just learn the game, learn how it's played at a high level, because in Panama the problem starts at the bottom level, right? Like, our young guys need to learn. It's not just one-on-one basketball, and a lot of the development there is just one-on-one basketball. Where like in Argentina, them guys have been playing together. They learn basketball 5-on-5, not just 1-on-1. And I think that's what some of those guys need. And I honestly, I think playing overseas for Lindo, for Molinar, I think it'll be great for him. I think it'll be great. Yeah.
Hopefully, something happened, and I don't care much about the America Cup because it doesn't really qualify you for nothing. I'm really interested in putting a good team together for the World Cup elimination. Yeah. And we got a chance to bring in.
That's all we need. Yeah. That's all
we got 3 NBA players that can play for Panama, man.
Who else?
We got, I don't know if he's your cousin, Donovan Mitchell.
Nah, we're not family. He's good friends with CJ, so he's good friends with
yeah, I interviewed him too. He came to Panama, and I talked to him. He didn't know much about the other Panamanians, same as you. And I told him, hey, Kevante George, his dad is Panamanian.
I heard. Okay.
Yeah, he's a very good player, very talented player.
Amazing, yeah.
And Colin Castleton from the Lakers.
Okay.
Big guy.
Big kid, yeah. 16, right?
6'10", 6'11", yeah.
6'11", yeah, he's good too.
He's good. And we still got Doron Lamb. He's playing in Venezuela.
I don't know if Doron's coming back anytime soon.
Yeah, Doron. He got talent. He wants to play.
Really?
He's been begging me, please let them.
Really?
Let me play, please. Like, man, it's out of my hands.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and if we can put all this talent together, and then we got the young kids. We got what's the name? The dude from Arkansas. He's going to play another year in Arkansas. I talked to him last night. And then we got Jordan Wood play for Howard University, 6'9" guy, shooter. Okay. And we got Luis Rodriguez from ULMV. So we got talent.
We got talent. We have talent coming. Yeah.
Yeah.
We need the older guys, the veterans, me, Tony, to come in and help.
Yeah, you guys got to take that leadership.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys got to take that leadership, and I think it made your voice, stronger.
Yeah.
Because everybody loves you guys in Panama. Man, you don't even know how many people follow the BCN in Panama because you guys.
Because of it. That's cool.
Yeah, because it makes anything watching Puerto Ricans play and American players.
Yeah.
But when you have Panamanian players in there, it's like, hey man, we got a motivation to watch that league.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay, and on top of that, you guys were winning, and Tony had a good season too, even though he got traded. But Tony is the type of guy everybody wants.
Yeah.
Because he's a hard worker.
Yeah.
So, hey man, just to end up this short interview, because I know you got to fly to China tonight. What do you think the Panamanian basketball needs to step up to the bigger and better moments of FIBA?
We need to come together. I think anything is possible with a team, with a good team. We have the talent. We need the organization. We need to come together and to really talk to each other and start to believe that we can do something special. We have, like you just said, an Olympic roster. That's a team that can make the Olympics. That's a team that can make the World Cup. So we all need to take the responsibility to say, listen, if we all do this together, play together, train together, work together, we got a chance to do something really special for Panama. That's special. That's what legends are made of, and so you already inspired me, man. I'm going to start making some phone calls after I get up.
I guess I did my job. Even though I'm not part of the federation, I just a guy that loves basketball. That's it.
I know.
And I played with your dad.
Yeah.
I played with your dad. Your dad was a killer, man, in Howard Air Force Base. He was a killer. I was a killer. I used to play with special operations, 617 special operations. Tell him that.
Wow. I'm gonna see him soon. I'm gonna tell him that.
Yeah, we did. Now you told me that he played in Italy. He was like, man, who the hell? Everybody in the league was like, who the hell is that dude, man? He was dropping 30 points to everybody. Yeah, but hey, man, it'd be nice talking to you, Akil. As always, and I remember when I interviewed you when you had the two-way contract in Brooklyn. I remember it was by phone, but it was a nice interview too. And again, Akil, thank you for taking your time. I know you kind of tight with the time, but it's been nice, and I know the Panamanian people will enjoy this interview.
I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Well, have a safe trip, man.
I appreciate it. We'll stay in touch for sure.
All right, bro, for sure.
Yeah,